The UN's Sustainable Development Goals are aimed to improve socioeconomic conditions globally. This video concentrates on goal number 5, gender equality and empowerment of all women and girls. Gender inequality can seriously impact a person's quality of life. On the social level, women's health is one of the major concerns. Reproductive health remains a problem today, with an estimation of 74% of women dying during childbirth due to lack of access to medical services. Additionally, some countries still don't grant women self-ownership rights of their bodies, and thus, right to abortion remains illegal in these regions. Estimates show that 47,000 women died due to improper abortion practices. Another social concern relates to education, where discrimination denies girls access to education. In certain areas, girls are forced to marry at a young age, and this forces them to take on the responsibility of a housewife and abandoning their education. And this point relates to the next sphere, the economic level. Improving access to education for girls and women can provide them with higher education levels and thus improved economic opportunities and overall income. However, until today, women remain underpaid by 15 to 20% less comparing to men. Moreover, women are constrained by maternal duties that force them to accept jobs with unfavorable conditions, such as low pay, long hours, and so forth. Finally, sexual harassment and discrimination is still embedded today in workplaces. Moving on to the political sphere, women are discriminated against and are denied access from political affairs. They aren't included in political consultations, even on matters that are primarily related to gender issues. Women are expected to focus on their household and parenting responsibilities, and in some cases, women are assaulted when speaking up. Gender inequality has grasped the international community's attention and put pressure on the UN and governments to improve conditions for women worldwide. Up until today, steps are still taken towards this goal. In 1979, the UN General Assembly initiated the Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination against Women. And in 2010, the UN's Entity for Gender Equality and the Empowerment of Women, or UN Women for short, was created as a result of a mergence between the UN Development Fund for Women, the Division for Advancement of Women, the Office of the Special Advisor on Gender Issues, and the UN International Research and Training Institute for the Advancement of Women. And recently, the EU and the UN started working together on the Spotlight Initiative, which aims to eliminate violence against women and girls. This initiative is inspired by the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development and hopes to raise awareness about violence against women. This proves that while gender inequality is still visible in today's world, the international community is coming together in a form of an international network of state and non-state actors who are taking steps and creating progress. And our final example concentrates on the project Concern International, which links gender equality progress with ending global poverty. While this NGO is based in the US, its project concentrates on developing countries where gender inequality is strongly visible. Their goal is to empower women and girls, end hunger, and improve health in Africa, the Americas, and Asia. This project has a strategic plan that tackles all the variables that contribute to gender equality, including innovation in programs and local capacity strengthening. Their reasoning is based on the belief that gender equality will allow women to participate in the community and have an impact on decisions that affect them. One initiative taken by PCI is the Women's Empowered Initiative, which allows women to associate through groups and expand their individual empowerment. The project, with a budget of $5.1 million, with $4.3 million in loans and 35,000 women-empowered groups, hopes to provide social and economic empowerment through better access to financial services to women, assist with learning skills and building capacities, provide access to information and resources, promote collective action in communities, enable community organization, and finally, self-esteem building. This project is perceived to have reduced poverty by 16%, has increased access to food for households by 15%, and increased decision-making and power for women by 17%. Unfortunately, mobilization of communities is a very hard task that requires strong partnerships within communities who already suffer from existing pressure, such as socioeconomic status, educational gaps, geographical distances, and so forth. This video has provided us with examples of progress taken by the international community. The PCI shows an example of a successful initiative that considers all factors contributing to gender inequality. Its focus on communities and direct local actions can inspire other programs to ensure that future programs consider local context and be directly present in these communities rather than simply delegating these responsibilities to the national government. Thank you for watching our video.